Hey y'all, welcome to week 35 of my pregnancy vlogs. I am 35 weeks and 5 days today, which means that the boys will be here in exactly 5 days, which is so crazy. I can't believe I'm almost done with the pregnancy and I'm ready to hold my boys. So for cravings this week, I haven't really had any at all. And that's been one of my major symptoms for the past few weeks, and I don't think I ever brought it up, but I have no appetite at all. It's pretty much to the point to where I have to remember to eat or force myself to eat because I just can't, or I'm not hungry, so I forget to eat. Although I have been craving water, that's been one of my major symptoms, is I want water. And I know that's a sign of dehydration, so I'm really trying to make sure I drink as much fluids as I can before they give me my IV and everything on Thursday, because I know they're going to have a hard time with my veins anyway, and if I'm dehydrated it's going to be that much worse. As for symptoms, I can't remember if I've said this in a previous video, but I cannot sleep. I am on day 4 of only having maybe 5 hours of sleep. I can't get comfortable, and I have heartburn, and nothing is helping. I even took one of my muscle relaxers for my back last night to see if that would help me sleep, and I got a little bit more sleep than normal, but it was nothing like I needed, which really sucks, because I know once the boys get here I won't be able to sleep with trying to breastfeed and take care of them and take care of my other 3 right after having a C-section. So I gotta figure out something with that. But that's pretty much all for cravings and symptoms. For this week we did have another NST scan on Tuesday, which I have every single Tuesday until the boys get here, and it pretty well, other than the fact that the boys were laying in a really awkward position, and Brian ended up being on his side and Dominic laying across him, which made it really hard for the woman to determine which baby's heartbeat was which. And when she finally did determine, she had to hold the monitor there on Brian so that they could get a good reading on him, which they did. He's doing amazing. Actually, both of the boys are doing really amazing. So the non-stress test, again, they had no worries. At Friday, so yesterday, I had an OB appointment and an ultrasound, and their dad was actually able to go to it since he didn't have to work this week. So that was pretty cool. He got to see him for like the first time and since I was probably about 20 weeks. So that was pretty cool. But the boys look amazing. She said something about my placentas, like plural, was looking really good. And that kind of confused me because I've always been told that I'm pregnant with identical twins. So monodi twins. And she said that the first placenta looked really good, and then she went to the second one and said that it looked really good. So it kind of makes me wonder if I have kind of monodide infused twins, if that makes sense, because in my very first ultrasound when I was 4 weeks, there was 2 different SATs, but one vanished, and they just told me it was vanishing SAT syndrome. But I did find out that 2 SATs like that can form into 1. So if that is true, then these could technically be, I guess, in a way, fraternal twins, but the SATs infuse, which makes them monodi. I have no clue, and I probably won't know until after they examine and run the test on the placenta to see exactly what they are. But as of right now, I'm going to stick with they are identical twins. And if they come out looking nothing alike, well, then we would know that I was wrong and they're fraternal twins, which should be easier to tell them apart. But also at that ultrasound, she was looking over everything, and she got their weights and everything. But before I tell y'all that, I ended up getting sick on the exam table while she was doing the ultrasound. It first started to where I had to look at Scooby and tell him to get me a rag and to open the door because I got so hot. And then she went back to measuring and looking and everything, and I ended up having to have her to stop because I got sick. And it was because I didn't eat, and I know that's why I got sick. Other than that, it was really hot in the doctor's office. They had it for like 78 degrees, and even though it's cold here in North Carolina, it's ridiculous for us pregnant people because it's hot in the office. But after everything happened, the boys' weights have gone up, and I am so flippin' excited because the weights they are at now means it is less likely they will come home in a preemie outfit, which makes me really excited because I don't know what I would do if I had to have a baby in a preemie outfit. But if one of them has to be in one, then obviously it's whatever. But Brian, 2 weeks ago at his last weigh-in, he weighed 3 pounds 11 ounces. Yesterday at his weigh-in, he was 5 pounds on the dot, which makes me really flippin' excited. And then Dominic, 2 weeks ago at his weigh-in, he was 4'11", and now he is 6'3", which is awesome. Now, of course, with the estimated on the ultrasound and everything else, they can be a pound off. So the lowest that they think Brian will weigh is 4. The highest he'll weigh is 6. And Dominic, the lowest he'll weigh is 5, and the highest is 7, which still puts him at pretty good weights. If Brian does come out around 4 pounds instead of 5, he'll probably be in a preemie outfit. And I have plenty of them for backup, so I'm not too concerned about it. I really hope he gets a little bit more chunky before Thursday hits. I do not have to go to my NST scan on Tuesday unless I feel like there is a reason. So if something happens this weekend, or the boys don't move properly, or something like that, and I feel like I need to go in and get checked, then I will. And speaking of them moving, at my ultrasound, they are moving great. They're rolling, and they're also practicing breathing, which I was told means as long as they continue with that and do really good once they're outside of the womb, then they will have a less likely chance of having ICU time, or NICU time, sorry. And that there is a higher chance that we will go home on Saturday if the babies are breathing right, eating right, their birth weight either stays the same or goes up, which that part kind of worries me because Sky came out almost 10 pounds, and by the time we left the hospital, she was around 8 pounds, which is the reason we had to stay in an extra day with her. So I'm really hoping that don't happen with the boys, because trying to get her birth weight back up with breastfeeding was extremely difficult. It made me extremely nervous because I thought they was going to have to put her back in the hospital and possibly tell me that I couldn't breastfeed anymore, which would have been discouraging. But let's see, anything else? I don't think so. So that was my last OB appointment before the boys get here, which is amazing. Now I just got to pray that the next few days go by fast. Sky turns 2 tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And that should be fun because we have church. And then I get Sky from my daddy's. She's going over there tonight. And then we're going to have cupcakes and everything else. Hopefully we'll pass the day a little bit faster. But I think that's about it. So I'm going to show y'all my 35 and 5 day belly. So here's with the shirt on, front and the other side, and then here's with the shirt up. My belly is so itchy, y'all. and then front. And I feel like I'm lopsided today too. I feel like when baby's here, and I don't know, I feel really lopsided today. So that is my 36 and or 35 and 5-day belly. Also, before I forget, the boys are both head down and facing my back, and the woman sat there, she's like, I don't know why they're getting comfortable like this. They're not coming out this way, because she knows I have a C-section, and I thought it was just hilarious. But they are both head down and in really good position if I was able to have a vaginal birth. So that's pretty cool, although I can't have one. But I will talk to y'all in probably a few days for my last update. Not really an update, but just to tell y'all that it will be my last video that y'all will see before the boys are here. So I'll talk to y'all then. Bye.